Lifetime story Volkswagen ID.3, the 13th episode. So let's move on. Yeah, so we had the car for 1 year and 1 month now. The car have 17,303 kilometers on it. It's the 30th of November 2021. Tomorrow is 1st December. Yeah, the car is holding up good, and it's very good on the snow and icy roads up here in Norway. I'm gonna take you back to where I changed the tires on the car. See how much wear and tear it is on the wheels. It's November and it's time to get some winter tires on the ID.3. So that's what we're gonna do today. This one is for taking the plastic off the bolts, and we need a special tool here that takes off one of the bolts or nuts. So let's move on. You just stick it in and you just pull it out. That's how you do it. Just stick it in, pull it out. 17mm socket that goes on this. It's bolts. Yeah. This is the first time I'm putting the winter tires back on because the car was delivered with winter tires. And this is how things are looking. You got the electrical motor or engine over there, and it's a little dirty here, but then again, that's what it's always will be when you're using the car. So and this here back wheel braking system is supposed to be maintenance free, as I've heard from Volkswagen. So as long as the car's alive, this should never be a problem. That's yet to see though. So that was the first wheel. When I put on those here tires this summer, they were 4mm deep, and we'll see how much wear and tear has been on the right back wheel. Let's see here. I have about 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters here. Yeah, so this summer we went from 4 millimeters to 3 millimeters. And in Norway, it's supposed to be 1.6 millimeters in summertime and 3 millimeters in the winter. So this is and the tear has been exactly the same on the whole surface here. Yeah. And so we know what's on the winter tires. We'll start measuring just here, pushing it down there, and we have about you can see there, it's about 9 millimeters, a little over. That was on that spot. Maybe I didn't measure right, but here it says it's 6.5. It was here. Maybe it's not the same depth all over. Oh, here was 8. 9. Almost 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters. And I see here that there are some ups and downs down here. You see here, maybe you can't see it, but there's some rubber going up here. You have, I probably measured on one of those, almost comes up a little bit. So looks like it's pretty even on this one as well, and it's 9 millimeters. Yes, a little over 9 millimeters, but that's so little I call it 9 millimeters. Yeah, and it's the same wear all over. Yeah. So, but it's uneven down here from the factory. So that's why I measured wrong. So 9 millimeters, and it doesn't look like I lost any studs either on this tire. So get it back on. And then you want to bring it up to 120 Newton meter. But before I go that far, I'll just take it little by little here. That was 120 there. 120 there. Right there. There. Well, that should be fine. On these plastic covers, you see most 4 of them looks like this, and then you have the one that comes with a locking bolt. You have to have the special socket for. That's bigger. So let's go on there, and then the rest goes on here. This is something everyone can do if you just have a jack and a little spare time to do it yourself. So that's the operation. Now you're just gonna see the inside of the wheel bolts and how much that's left on the tires. Which wheel is best looking? I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of like the winter rims a little bit better. I don't know why. This is the right front wheel. And the front wheel looks like they barely have any tear. Yeah, it's just about the same. That's so little I can't see it, but it's a tiny bit under 4, but just about 4 somewhere. It's just doesn't look like it's had any. See here? So but it's more wear on the back side than is what I was expecting, because it's a real wheel driven car. So we take a look in here. It's just about the same as the back side. No sign of rust anywhere after 1 year, 1 winter. And you see the pads there, brake pads in the front. Okay, a little problem here. Gotta put you off. I need more both my hands. Yeah. On the brake pads, there's 8 millimeters left on that side. And I guess it's just about the same on the other side. Usually wears down at the same rate. So that's the right side of the front of the car. Oops, sorry. And on the winter tire, in the front of it, it's 9 millimeters. Yes, it's 9 millimeters in the middle here, and just about 9 here as well. It's about the same as I think it was on the back side of the car, on the rear. So get this back on. Well, it's a surely sign. They're coming up north like an arrow. On the left side, on the front, it's the same wear as the right side. So and it's even. Yeah, here we have a look inside. It's 8 millimeters. I don't remember. I don't remember how much it was on the other side. So here's the look of that side. Sorry about the camera angle, but it looks okay here. Can't see any other rusting on the brake discs here. So it looks like we should have been braking more, harder braking. It should actually have been in this car so you could turn off all regen. I don't know if you can do that, but if you had the option, you could do that. You could use your brakes more, so you could maybe take a day or so, just take a trip and just get that rust off the brake disc in the front, because you regen so much you hardly use those brakes there. Yeah, I don't know if anybody thought of that, but that's something to consider. Well, gotta get the other tire back on. And this is the left rear side. Yeah, and it's It's 3 millimeters. It's just as the first one. And we'll take a look inside. Well, here we have the left side. The back of the car. It just looks just about the same as the other side. No rust yet. Here comes a little rust between the brakes here and the rim. So I usually just clean that off. And I'll just put the wheel back on. And on this side it's evenly 9 millimeters. So I'll put that back again. So I'm finished with the car, ready for the winter. The tools I used for this tire changing was what you see here. So I fetched this from the car to take out the plastic, as you see over there, and you have that special socket here that fits on the 17 millimeter. That's here. And I used a long arm with a 17 socket on to loosen it, and this one to get it faster off, and I torqued it down with this tool here. So that's all you need of tools to do this. Yes. And remember to put those tools here back to where they belong. This one has its own place here in the back of the car, and this one is going here. So that's it. That was tire change November 2021. So we're ready for the winter, because that's coming, that's for sure. Yeah. So our lifetime story is ready for another year. I think the ID.3, it is not hungry after tires. It's very, very good. So little wear and tear in 1 year. That's what I call nice. I've heard about those people drive Tesla Model S. Spoke to one guy some years ago, and he said the worst thing about it eats tires, he said, and those tires wasn't cheap. So well, you don't have to use much money on tires on this car, because this type of tires that sits on the ID.3, it's not that expensive like it is on the Teslas, from what I've been told. So, well, thumbs up for that. Well, thank you for watching.